You're watching Indian Dialogues. Namaskar, I am Ajay Kumar. राष्ट्र निर्माण और सुरक्षा, आस्था और अब सामाजिक संरचना. These have been the core philosophies of the RSS and the pole plank of Bharatiya Janata Party since its inception. Securing a permanent framework for Jammu and Kashmir by diluting Article 370 and 35A provided the territorial integrity of India henceforth. Pran Pratishtha of Ramlala instilled Astha amongst us Indians, forcibly taken away from us about 500 years ago. With the adoption of Uniform Civil Code draft by the Uttrakhand Assembly, the first concrete step towards one of the largest social reforms leading to unified and fortified Bharat has been finally initiated. Long debated, avoided, shunned and buried, even shoved around, Uniform Civil Code, which has been discussed in detail in Article 44 of the Constitution, is set to find its rightful place finally. Since the days of Constituent Assembly debates, Uniform Civil Code has been kept in abeyance, and that too by only one extra vote in favor of it not being treated as a fundamental right. Let me explain this and bring the hard facts about Uniform Civil Code discussion with the Fundamental Rights Subcommittee headed by late Vallabhbhai Patel. Nasiruddin Ahmed, he was a member from Bengal for the Subcommittee on Fundamental Rights, and he argued that the Uniform Civil Code would come in contradiction to Article 25 of the Constitution, a fundamental right to freedom of religion subject to reasonable restrictions. And the Uniform Civil Code should only be implemented after due consent from all communities. Another member in the same subcommittee, K.M. Munshi, advocating Uniform Civil Code, urged that the Uniform Civil Code should not be and will not be violative of Article 25, as the state is empowered to make laws pertaining to religious practices and bringing about social reforms. Passage of Uniform Civil Code would ensure equal rights to women and remove the discriminatory religious practices undermining women. Late K.M. Munshi was so right, as he knew that religious discrimination against women in religious practices of different religion and region is a virtual reality. The matter was put to vote, and it was 5 votes to 4 in favor of postponing the implementation of Uniform Civil Code. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar said, Uniform Civil Code is desirable and should remain purely voluntary in the initial stages, and hence the inclusion of Uniform Civil Code as directive principles of state policy is made so that adequate steps could be taken thereafter. Despite protests from the Hindu community, the Hindu Marriage Act codifying Hindu marriages, adoption, succession, and ensuring equal footing for women was passed in the 50s. The codified universal Christian marriage and divorce laws existed prior to the independence. But the so-called left liberal orientation of the ruling dispensations then and thereafter could not muster enough courage to effect the same changes in the Muslim personal law. A vote bank politics which has resulted in innumerable acts of injustice meted out to Muslim women in the form of triple talaq, polygamy, iddat, khulla and halala. The right to inheritance has also been compromised for Muslim women when compared to the right of inheritance enjoyed by the Hindu women or Sikh women or Jain women or even other communities. It is this very inequity that is now set to be addressed by the Uniform Civil Code, which has been finally put to the Assembly by Pushkar Dhami, the Chief Minister of Uttarakhand. Why is Bharatiya Janata Party making Uttarakhand Uniform Civil Code a benchmark is a question which needs now answering. Simply put, Uttarakhand hills are predominantly Hindu dominated. The entire scheduled tribe population of the state stands at around 2.9%. And Muslims form about 13.9% of the total population, which is primarily settled in the hills. Adoption of Uniform Civil Code as a state policy is far easier in Uttarakhand, sociologically and politically. Therefore, it is Uttarakhand which has been made the test case by the Bharatiya Janata Party, because this, if provides a benchmark, a overall broad arcing figure, could thereafter be implemented and not vice versa. The Uniform Civil Code has not been initiated first in Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Bengal or Maharashtra. Also, the Dhami government has taken full cognizance of the reservations expressed by the tribal population across the country and has exempted all tribal societies from Uniform Civil Code. Factually, it's stated that no two tribal communities have similar societal laws, laws of marriage, divorce, succession, and adoption. All of these vary from tribe to tribe, rather from region to region. This problem becomes even more acute in northeastern states, the seven sister states, the entire Chota Nagpur plateau, which takes care of Jharkhand, Bihar, Odisha, then Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Karnataka, Gujarat, Maharashtra. So these are all places where you have large chunks of scheduled tribes, and all the tribal population have laws of their own pertaining to their own divine origin. Superseding them or creating separate structures for them is a mammoth task. Therefore, to synchronize the larger population, which is more than 85% of Indian population, is a more structured approach than vice versa. So, a successful implementation of Uniform Civil Code in Uttarakhand shall be the test run for Uniform Civil Code adoption in Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh, Assam, Haryana, Maharashtra and Uttar Pradesh. Assam's Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma has already announced the implementation of Uniform Civil Code after its adoption by Uttarakhand. Likewise, Yogi Adityanath is waiting in the wings for the implementation of Uniform Civil Code prior to 2027 Uttar Pradesh Assembly elections. Also, please bear in mind, the adoption of Uniform Civil Code by Uttarakhand is a clear message to the core voters of BJP that after 75 years of independence, finally, the country has been woven together under one law when it comes to various religious practices which govern marriage, divorce, adoption, and inheritance. No more minority appeasement. No more conversion to take benefit of the other religion for these domains. Also, this will ensure one nation, one law for all citizens, just as there is one nation and one penal code. Now let's answer the last question. Will the implementation of Uniform Civil Code secure votes for the Bharatiya Janata Party in 2024 Lok Sabha elections? Or will Uniform Civil Code unite the minorities into a hurdle and put their entire force behind the opposition parties? And will that, in any case, pose a challenge to the clarion call of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, "Ab ki baar 400 ke paar"? The answer is simple. If Hindus get united with this thought of one nation, one majority religion, and transcend the caste barriers, then the biggest home run will be for the Bharatiya Janata Party. And when the Prime Minister stated in the Lok Sabha 370 seats for the Bharatiya Janata Party and 405 seats for NDA, it is this vote consolidation that the Bharatiya Janata Party and Prime Minister Narendra Modi are aiming for. Please imagine, if Yadav does not vote on caste lines and votes on the basis of its Hindu identity, what will happen to the Rashtriya Janata Dal, that is Lalu Prasad Yadav's party in Bihar? What will happen to Akhilesh Yadav and Samajwadi Party in Uttar Pradesh? The entire MY combination, that formula which has been so successful in these states and has been the oxygen line for Samajwadi Party and RJD will be snapped. If Hindus in entirety vote on the basis of Hindu identity in Bengal and not be divided by caste, will there be a Mamata Banerjee-led Trinamool Congress left to fight the BJP in Bengal? Likewise for the Congress in Karnataka or Tamil Nadu or Maharashtra. On the basis of minority vote alone, no opposition party in India can ever dream of forming a government. Unless the minority vote is coupled with a dominant caste as per various states or region, the caste and minority appeasement combination cannot work. And it is therefore that the Bharatiya Janata Party insists, the RSS makes it a point that caste identity should be subsumed under the Hindu identity. And that is why the Bharatiya Janata Party has set its target with its mool mantra, Rashtra Pratham, Rashtriya Suraksha Sunishchit, आस्था से लबालब देश जिसमें सामाजिक समानता. Once ensured, the BJP shall become such a formidable force that opposition parties will be or would be relegated to a minority space in Bharat. And it is this mission that the Bharatiya Janata Party is set to achieve with its Brahmastra, Uniform Civil Code. Because this will become the cornerstone of social reforms in India and thereafter establish the very fact that Hindus have a separate identity. It's not based on caste, it's not based on region, it's based on Hindu identity.